So, I'm sure you've probably seen or heard one of these in a World War II film, movie or TV show. This is what's known as the clicker, of a piece of equipment given to some US paratroopers in some units, some divisions. This is a way of identifying friend and foe in the pitch black and in the heat, well, not in the battle, but before battle. So if you're sneaking through the hedgerows at night, you can hear someone on the other hedgerow or in the bushes nearby. If you've got your clicker, you do this, and the other paratrooper is meant to respond with 2 clicks. This was not the only way of identifying friend from foe. There was a code word, especially at the time of the D-Day landings and D-Day drops: flash, thunder.
Thunder! Flash!
So these words were chosen as they were decided to be hard. It was hard for Germans to pronounce them. Flash, thunder, those sounds, the th and the th sounds, are very difficult to recreate for German speakers, native German speakers. Now, the clicker was commissioned by General Maxwell Taylor following communication issues in Sicily during 1943. It was commissioned to be a simple, non-verbal communications device to assist in identifying friend or foe. The clicker was designed to only be used for around 24 hours immediately after the paratroopers have dropped in D-Day. After these 24 hours, the soldiers were ordered to discard them. This was to prevent Germans getting their hands, or the enemy getting their hands, onto these devices and using them against them. Due to the clickers being discarded after 24 hours, there are very few originals around. That's why this one is a reproduction item. Now, the clicker was primarily issued to the 101st Airborne. However, there are some examples and pictures of other units, for example the 82nd Airborne, having the clickers. However, this is in much fewer numbers. The primary users were the 101st Airborne. You can see these being used in a few clips from films and TV, such as Band of Brothers. Of course, that's probably going to be the most famous one involving the Airborne, as well as in the film The Longest Day. The clicker was produced by J. Hudson & Co., now ACME Whistles. They have a steel tongue, which creates a sound, and a brass outer finish. Approximately 7,000 units were created and issued. However, that number can be a little bit debated. Now, some US paratroopers would attach their clickers to their helmet cups, such as this, like I've done here, just with a bit of friction tape. One thing I didn't realise until I really started getting into military history is how much tape was actually used during the Second World War. We don't often think about it, don't often see it. Sometimes we don't even imagine tape being around at the time, but there was. Fabric tape or friction tape, like this black tape here. They'll attach it onto their helmet cups, quite simply, so they had it to hand. Because if it's in your pocket, someone does a click, like so. If you're then having to fumble around in your pockets, try and find it, get it out, by then, it might be too late. You get shot by your own side. So, on the helmet, nice and simply, we hear a nice and quickly, bring our hands up, responding time. Hopefully, not getting ourselves shot. Now, I'm sure many of you will have seen the famous scene in The Longest Day. Where an American paratrooper, US paratrooper, does his click with his clicker, and a German soldier responds with a ch-ch of his Kar 98 rifle. No, they sound nothing like in real life, not at all. The click from this sounds absolutely nothing like the click or the bolt action of a rifle, but makes for a great scene. If you enjoyed this video, please follow for more.